Hey everybody, how's it going? We're talking about fragrances that I used to really want full-size bottles of, but now could really care less. I don't mind just having a sample. The first is Pacific Rock Moss by Goldfield and Banks. This is my favorite Goldfield and Banks fragrance. I have tried the Bohemian Lime and the Desert one. I think it's the Rose one. I can't remember the names of the other ones, but this one I loved by far over everything else. And on me, it was a very fresh fragrance, great for the summertime, great for spring. But it also reminded me, at least on my skin, of those green apple caramel lollipops. You know, they're like the green apple on one side and the caramel on the other side. So it was a really interesting fragrance. But the downside of this scent was that it just lacked the longevity and the performance. I was maybe getting a couple hours, like 3 hours with this fragrance. I mean, of course, I did overspray it because it came in this small sample vial. But yeah, I just would not fork out any money to pay for a full-size bottle of this fragrance. On top of that, I've mentioned time and time again, like the two fresh fragrances, and I'm pretty sure if you're subscribed to my channel, you know which one I'm talking about or which ones I'm talking about that I love the most, and nothing has come close to those two scents. Next is Lamonsite by Louis Vuitton. So this fragrance, if you saw my video of it with my first impression, or just I think my review of it in general, I was really over the moon with this scent. It was just very, very likable to me. But after giving it a few wears, it's about halfway with the sample I have right here, it just kind of started to bore me. Like, it's definitely a nice fragrance, very versatile. You could dress it up, you could dress it down, goes more on the masculine side, but it did remind me a lot of when my dad used to wear this Perry Ellis fragrance. And usually if I'm wearing a scent that reminds me of another scent, it doesn't really make me like, first of all, it lacks that uniqueness, and it doesn't really make me want to get it because it doesn't really do much to stand out. You know what I mean? So for the Louis Vuitton fragrance prices, which are upwards of $250, sometimes $280, and to think of another scent while I'm wearing it doesn't really sit right with me. So because of that, Lamonsite is a pass. The longevity I got was pretty nice. It did last a long time on my clothes, especially. I remember I sprayed it on my sweater, and then the next day, I think I did only 2 sprays on my sweater from this little sample here. And the next day, I still smelled it on that same sweater. So yeah, nice scent, definitely really, really safe, very mass appealing, but just reminds me of other things too, and for that reason, it's a pass. And lastly is Black Phantom by Kilian. I used to really love this scent, and I think the main reason why I'm not eager to have a full size in my collection is, first of all, this little sample, this travel sample is really sick. It's like a magnetic cap from Kilian, but I live in warm weather, and this is a sweet nighttime cold weather fragrance. It smells like rum. There's also some like dark chocolate in here, and it's coffee as well. It's just a heavy fragrance. Like, if I live somewhere cold, then yeah, this is something that I'd reach for more, but I rarely reach for this fragrance, even though I really do enjoy it. That's what I was gonna say. But yes, this has really, really good performance, and it's unique. And on top of that, it has character to it, but it's just because of the weather around me. Even in the fall and the winter, there are other things, 2 fragrances I can think of off the top of my head that I just love much more. And I think right now I'm at that point where I want to have a collection full of bangers that I truly love versus just like, you know, a small amount of bangers or a good amount of bangers, and like versus just having a lot of filler fragrances. And for me, this isn't like a top of the top fragrance to my nose, at least. Do enjoy wearing it, but still it gets outshined by other fragrances. Anyways, those are the 3 that I can think of off the top of my head right now. Let me know if there was a fragrance that you ever sampled that you really, really loved, but as you continue to wear it, your want for it just kind of faded away. All right, anyways, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.